pick up and levitate my priest character. He then swims through all the prawns into your castle. Now, he's an undercover priest, so he seduces your queen in the middle of the night after a dinner. Okay. King me.
Why don't we do a little refresher?
And then we can get back to our game of chess. Chess.
Hello, we are doing something a little different on the pod this week. So an important part of the creative process is finding sources of inspiration. And so what better source of inspiration than the various works of Mr. Rhys Darby himself? I've gathered a collection of humanity's greatest minds, folks from the Rhys Darby Faction, to propose and rank Rhys's best moments. And our objective is to create the most unserious, unscientific, definitive list of the greatest of Darby. This is the Our Flag Means Fanfiction podcast with me, Carly Heath, and a collection of co-hosts who I will be introducing very, very shortly. But first, a brief validation from strangers on the internet. This is our latest Apple Podcast review, and we so appreciate the Apple Podcast reviews to get the word out there that there is still demand for Our Flag content. So this user posts, "My new favorite thing," that is the subject heading, 5 stars, "Fun and sexiness keep me warm in a cold world," by Tosh Loves the Rain via Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much, Tasha Loves the Rain. And now we have guests. We have Ali and Kim and Anais from France. We have all sorts of various time zones represented here. We have someone from the UK, someone from France, someone from, wait, Kim, you're East Coast? Yeah, East Coast. Yep. So we'll go around and Kim, tell us the most gay pirate thing that has happened to you recently.
Gosh, I think I was thinking about this before we came on today, and I think it's probably, I went to the library yesterday and I kind of was like returning books, and I came out with more than I returned, and it made me think of, what is it, like episode 5 in season 1 when Steve's looting the library, and I'm like, that would be me. Honestly, I would be taking books. It's just like, yeah.
Kim, you are host of the Barrel of Oranges podcast, and you are also a historian of the Atlantic world and piracy. Mm-hmm. And you also live 5 miles from where Stede Bonnet was captured.
Yeah. I live in Wilmington, North Carolina, and grew up here, ended up back here, work at the uni here, and yeah, literally sitting right now 5 miles as the crow flies from where the Battle of Cape Fear took place and the historical Stede Bonnet was captured.
And have you been over there? Like, have you actually gone over there and been in the space post Our Flag fandom?
Yeah, it's not as much lately. I need to get back over there, but it's within a mile or 2 of a little town called Southport, where a lot of big name films have actually been filmed. Like if you've seen I Know What You Did Last Summer, that was filmed there. But it's kind of right where a little ferry comes in and out. So just a little kind of area that's actually called Bonnet's Creek.
Oh my God, it's called Bonnet's Creek. Oh my God. Yeah. Do you feel any vibes there? I would want to go and bring my tarot cards and be
yeah, who knows? I spend a lot of time over there doing other work in a little area called Brunswick Town. So there's so many serendipitous moments that have popped up since, getting into OFMD and of course doing similar history. It's really fun.
Awesome. And Ali, who is a editor on Instagram and a writer, what's the most gay pirate thing to happen to you recently?
Well, it's not Steed coded, but I'd say it's pretty ad coded. On last Sunday, so not this week, but technically this week, I went to this open day for a tattoo studio and I'm getting my first tattoo. So
what's it gonna be?
It's a small one and it's not, I wish it was Our Flag, but sometime in the future I'll be doing that. But it's just 3 stars, so a simple design, but yeah. So it was pretty cool.
And what does it symbolize for you?
Oh, I guess it's just something I've always wanted, that kind of specific kind of design. So I thought as my first one, why not?
Cool. And just something small?
Yeah, something small because I don't know what my pain tolerance is.
That's the probably the one thing that scares me about ever getting a tattoo.
Yeah, same.
I'm a baby. And a nice. Joining from France, who is a fanfic reader and a fan artist. A nice. What's the most gay pirate thing to happen to you recently?
Well, I'm an alternative girl. I dress in like goth Lolita and such, and I have outfits programmed for my next 3 to 5 conventions.
Oh, great.
So I do believe like it's Steed coded, because I do believe Steed would spend an enormous amount of time programming his outfits, like picking them for any kind of event. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I do believe I'm kind of him in that regard.
And so you've planned out your outfits for like the next number of events that you're going to. What is your favorite one? What does it look like?
I like to dress in pastel pink, and I wear wigs, rainbow pastel wigs, with tons of accessories, plated skirts, very bold makeup, platform boots. I imagine modern Stede Bonnet being in the street and looking at me and going, "Wow, what a cute outfit you have there!" And that just makes my day. It makes me smile for the rest of the day.
I love it. Beautiful. Okay, so we are going to get into viewing and ranking the top Rhys Darby clips. But first, we have to establish our voting criteria. I've made on my little scorecard chart, I'm going to share my screen, what should be the criteria that makes a high quality Rhys Darby moment?
Oh,
the cringe.
The cringe. I'm penciling that in. Another like similar thing, just Rhys-iness.
Yeah.
Like the whole like essence, I think encompasses that cringe. So maybe I'll put like cringe level, Rhys-iness.
Yeah, because he's very dorky, and that's one of the things that I love about him so much.
Yeah.
Okay, criteria 2.
I always think of Rhys as kind of a chameleon, and he kind of disappears into all these different characters. Like that's one of the things that when I started watching OFMD, is that I didn't realize I had seen him already in like tons of other stuff, because in a way he just kind of melts into these different characters.
Chameleonness. What's another word for chameleonness? Like liminal, when you put on and out, when you change, when you transform.
Yeah, transforming.
The range? Is range? That he has range?
Oh, range.
Oh, range. Yeah. Okay.
See, this is why we have to rely on people who speak other languages, because they know our English language better than us. And they can come up with the right words. The range.
There you go.
Criteria 3, taking suggestions. Kim, Ali, just throw out some words.
I mean, does it make me laugh?
Humor.
Laugh value.
Yeah.
But there are some moments that are more dramatic, but that are still like, satisfying. So what if we were to put like entertainment value?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that this first criteria has like 3 things, like cringe level, Rhys-iness, dorkiness. So what we'll just call it like the CRD. The C that like CRD. The CRD is the cringe, Rhys-iness, dorkiness factor. The CRD factor.
Perfect.
Excellent. We're going to trademark that. Okay, perfect. So we'll start from the bottom. We have a few submissions from various folks on the Rhys Darby faction. And this first one is going to be, I'm going to share screen again to make sure that I have really good sound quality. Okay, good. This first one is a clip of Louise Cooper from the Short Poppies trailer. And they specifically just wanted this one little moment. So let's play it.
On drugs in my life. Feels weird. I've never had so many men in my inner sanctum. Hey, Greg. Yeah.
Okay, so that little moment from Louise Cooper. I've never had so many men in my inner sanctum. Okay, so what's the CRD factor? Well, I did need to assign points. So we're going to do 5 points is like the most that you could give each like little section and each criteria. So we'll go on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the most points you can give. And we'll start with a nice, on a scale of 1 to 5, what's the CRD factor of Louise Cooper?
I would give it a 5, because isn't he the one who kind of produced or made it? I don't know. So it's just him, basically.
Yeah,
so.
yes.
It
Yeah.
came to the max. So I would give it a 5.
Perfect. And Kim, what would you say?
I'm going to say a 3.
Okay. Any explanation?
I think it's like, it's a little bit of cringe, but I don't know. I find Louise so endearing that I don't feel like it's quite the same amount of dorkiness that I see in other things.
She is so pretty. She's so,
I know.
I love her so much.
Honestly, have such a crush on her.
I know, my wife. And Ali, what's your vote for the CRD factor?
I'm gonna go with a 4 because I feel like, yeah, it's very Rhys, but it's not quite there as some of the other ones I've seen.
Yes. I am going to, it was such a short clip. It's such a shame we don't have really good clips that we can share of Louise Cooper. Overall, I love her. Like one of my favorite Rhys characters. I'll give it a 4. And then range for criteria 2. A nice. What would you be your score for range?
Yeah, I would give. I don't want like to dive everywhere all the time, but being the one who plays so many characters in a single show, yeah, it's range. So I would give it 5 too.
Perfect. And Kim, what's your vote?
It's a 5, yeah. Because Rhys just kind of melts into the character, and it's Louise.
Yep. And Ali?
Yeah, it's got to be 5. It's just,
Perfect.
It goes there.
And I'm going to go and give a 5 as well. And okay, so a nice entertainment value?
I must admit, I still haven't watched this one, but from the clip, it looks very, very nice. So I would give it, so far, I would give it a 3.
Okay, 3. And Kim?
I'll go with a 4 here.
And Ali?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 3 because I want more.
Yeah,
True.
And the clip was just very brief, so I'm going to give the clip itself a 3. And if anyone wants to add that for me, feel free. Eventually, I'll add it on the end, I think. Okay, the next one, this is another submission from Gutis. This is, oh God, actually, it's a huge old section. This is part of a cameo that Rhys did for Giggle Bites. And he spoke for 20 minutes on robots. And she wants us to look at the section from 315 to 617. We might not have time for the whole section, but let's take a look.
I just really started to fall in love with robots around that period. Watching sci-fi on TV and the idea that there was non-human beings that you could interact with and that didn't come with the bad stuff that humans come with, emotions, and not that emotions aren't bad, but ill intent, I should say, and hate, things like that. Obviously Cylons, but they're soldiers, they're programmed. And I liked that, if you didn't program these things to be bad, they're not bad, and they don't mean to be what they are. They're just, they do what they do, and the good ones can only do good, and they make good companions. And if they get shot or if they get hurt, you can just fix them. They don't die necessarily unless they really blow up. And even then you can sort of put them back together. I remember when, and I'm going to reveal now my favorite all time. I thought about it for so long, but I can't go past C-3PO being the ultimate, because, and I was just about to say, when he did get damaged and limbs were falling off, and dear old Chewbacca, such a good heartfelt scene when he picks him up. I think it's in Cloud City. I'm getting that confused with a casino in Auckland. But yeah, picked up his pieces and carried him on his back, and and then he was put back together later. But I love C-3PO because he is just the outsider. He's an awkward nerd, and he knows all those languages. He can solve things. He's always worried about R2-D2. Their companionship is just, the love that those guys have for each other is magical. And the fact that they're not human and they're not supposed to have emotions, yet you can see with those two that they need each other. And C-3PO, I think his movements, how he's portrayed, how useful he is, and also how useless he is. And I think it's those combinations that certainly inspired me for some of my characters to be ultimately useful, but at the very base level, fairly obviously useless. And I think it's the juxtaposition that I love about C-3PO. Just looking right now at...
Okay. Okay, much love to the Giggle Bites people for getting Rhys to ramble on for 20 minutes about robots.
They got their money's worth on that one.
They did. So I'm going to put Rhys rambles about robots.
That was so precious.
And I said, I'm just going to put in 60 seconds. But I went and watched the whole 2 minutes because I'm just like drawn in. I'm like,
I could
okay.
listen to him forever, honestly.
Info dump to me about your special interests. I'm here for it.
That's me about OFMD, honestly.
Okay, let's do it backwards. Ali, what is the CRD factor on this one?
I mean, it's got to be 5. I mean, that's just Rhys, right? You know.
Kim, the CRD factor.
Yeah, and it's 5, up and down, perfection.
Nice.
I'm gonna say 5 too, because that's just him talking about something that makes him happy. So yeah, it's definitely a 5.
And we love it. And bonus points for the beard, scruffiness, and the beige shirt looking like some sort of like explorer who's been in the jungle for like a few days. So yummy. Okay, range. This is where I feel like this is going to fall a little bit short here, right? What do you think, Ali?
Yeah, I don't want to give anything below a 3 because, you know, it's Rhys. So I'm going to go with a 3.
Kim, what about you?
I'm going to rate this with a 4 because I think when a lot of us think of Rhys, we think of like funny man, that sort of thing. But he's talking about such endearing characters with this like language about emotion and everything. And it's just like really, I don't know, he's very serious about it and endearing about it. I think that shows that range, that it's not just about the laughs.
And a nice?
Yeah, I would say a 3 because that's not really acting, but he still has a way to talk about that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the way I'm gonna go with 3.
I guess I'm gonna be the hard ass here because I'm like, this is just Rhys being himself. I love it. I'm enjoying it. But for the range category, I'm just gonna have to give it like, I mean, yes, he's not being the funny Rhys, he's being the genuine, like talking about his interests Rhys. So I'm gonna give him a 2. I'm sorry.
No, the shock.
Oh goodness.
I'm like the Simon Cowell of the panel here. Okay, so entertainment value. Ali, go.
Oh, I'm going to go with a 4 because I would just sit there and listen for the entire, 20 minutes? But like, I'm saving the 5, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Kim?
I'm going to go with a 3 here.
A nice?
I'm gonna go with 4 because yeah, I could listen to him talk about robots, even though it's not something I'm that much into, for hours. It's just as a way to talk about it. It's just precious.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Also, the added entertainment value of the aesthetic of him in that video is also worth mentioning. You have to, the context of it being a 20-minute video. I love it. I'm not going to give it like a 5 because it's not like the ultimate hilarity that I'm going to save for other stuff, but I will give it a strong 4. Okay. And so there's a few other submissions from the other submissions, but I'm going to jump ahead to our panel submissions here. And let's do Infinity Train from the beach car episode. Okay, I'm going to play it.
How would you like to try an exciting...
Not now!
Okie dokie. No need to lose enthusiasm, just need a different marketing audience. Wait a second. I've got vision, my good man, and that vision needs a team. Well, I've never been part of a team. Oh, it sounds easy and profitable. When I started Team Randall 38 minutes ago, the mission statement was always be there for each other.
It's more complicated than that.
Is it? Oh, great job asking the hard questions, Randall. Oh, thanks, Randall. You may not always bring in the sales numbers I want, but you've got heart, and I feel like you care about me.
I didn't not care. That cat was gonna help 1-1 too. Probably. I don't know. I guess I don't really know anything about the cat. I just wanted to get off the train. Listen up, Randalls. If you can get me to the cat, I'll take your donut holder thing.
Hot dog! Hop in my body! It's not as weird as it sounds.
Okay, I am completely unfamiliar with this thing. So this is a children's cartoon called Infinity Train.
Yeah, it was on Cartoon Network. I did watch it when it first came out quite a few years ago, I think. And I found out only recently that Rhys was in this episode, and he appears too in a couple of other episodes. And when I realized who he was voicing, I was just like, I'm going to download the whole season again because it's just amazing. But the show itself is really nice and for kids, but quite on the more mature side.
Well, that last line.
I know, right?
Kim and Ali, were you familiar with this work of Rhys's?
No, I wasn't.
I don't know that I've really ever watched any of his animated stuff, which is a whole thing I need to get into. Yeah.
And for those who are watching as audio people, because this is podcast and obviously there's not going to be video on this, Rhys is like this water ghost creature that feels very much like a Miyazaki character that comes out of the water, and then he duplicates himself, and that's the different versions of himself talking to this little girl. So I'm so thrilled that you like added this new thing to my awareness that I did not know about before. So I'll call this Infinity Train. And what's the CRD factor? We'll start with Kim.
I'm going to say this is hard. A 4.
A 4. Yep. Ali?
Yeah, I'm going to go a 4 as well. That last line just...
Yeah.
The last line was good.
That was great, you know.
That was
the
everything.
A nice.
I'm going to go with 4 too, because like I said, in cartoons, he always has some of the most unhinged lines you can hear. Like just the last one was just hilarious.
Yep, I'm gonna give a 4 as well. And range, we'll start with Kim.
Say this one's a 3 for me.
Okay. And Ali?
I feel bad for saying a 3. I'm like, no.
It's very like the standard Rhys voice.
Yeah.
I totally see that. And a nice?
I'm gonna go with 4 because in that episode he plays all the characters. They actually arrive in a village where all the Randalls live, and he voices all of them. And you can actually make out kind of each of them. And I really like the softness of his voice in that particular character. Yeah, so that's why I'm giving him a 4.
I just have to judge based on this 1 60-second clip I saw. And so I am going to give a 3, just because it's kind of like a standard Rhys-y thing. I love it. I'm excited to learn something new. But yeah, that's where I am. And entertainment value, Kim.
I want to see more. I'm going to say a 3.
And Ali?
Yeah, I'm like stuck between a 3 and a 4 just because it was that last line was
3.5
really unhinged. Yeah, is that gonna like 3.5? Why not?
Yeah, a nice.
I'm gonna give it a 5 because I'm a cartoon girl. Just that last line was what tipped me over the edge. I was just laughing my ass off at this one. And yeah, I just love cartoons. So
and I appreciate it. I appreciate that last line. I appreciate the wholesomeness of it. I love seeing something new. It didn't have that like absolute laugh out loud thing that I do like to get from a lot of my Rhys content. So I am going to give it a 3. And Ali's number 1. Looks like we're going to do werewolves, not swearwolves. Let's take a look.
I was angry and annoyed doing that movie because it was like, part of those scenes, if you look at them, the werewolf ones, always in the middle of the night. One of them was 3 a.m. and I wasn't feeling my best. I was angry. There was no script, and he just said like, this is what you got to do, okay? The vampires are going to come up. Want you to get all your werewolves and make sure they're going to, because the moon's coming out, they've got to attach themselves to trees and just do what you do, Rhys. And so I just did it.
The legs expand, they grow into the tracksuit. Oh. Those jeans are going to rip completely. You've lost all those trousers, guys.
So what you're seeing there is me frantically being me, pissed off and trying to get these guys, sorted out before the moon arrives. And that's, they've got the wrong pants on, they're coming up to me. I think Taika just told them, or Jermaine, who was also directing it, said to them, just go up to Rhys and just annoy him with these things. And they did. And they came up and they said, I can't, my lock's not working.
Oh, no, you've forgotten the combination. Why did you get a combination lock?
I lost my key last time.
Okay, well, it's probably 4 zeros. That's the factory setting, is it? Fuck off to a tree.
Hey, werewolves, not werewolves.
Yeah, I know.
Werewolves, not
On
werewolves.
transformation nights, it's all right? I'm getting stressed out.
I was just reminding you.
Stop talking and chain yourself up, you dickhead!
So that what you see there is me truly annoyed and in a hilarious way.
Stop talking and chain yourself up, you dickhead. I do love how Rhys is talking about how he's genuinely upset, but his level of upsetness is like everyone else's, like on a scale of 1 to 10 on upsetness, his like 10 is like everyone else's 1. Like he's just such an affable person. Oh my god. So I love the call context of that, because we get like him talking about the behind the scenes of his process and then juxtaposed with the clip from the movie. So werewolves, not werewolves. I'm typing that in. Okay, a nice. What's your CRD factor?
I would say 3. It wasn't really, it was acting, but it was everyone just trying to piss him off because he was already pissed, and they were just trying to annoy him much more. So.
And Kim, what's your CRD factor?
I think I'm going to say a 4 for this one.
And Ali?
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 4 because I was just scrolling through TikTok one day and I came across that video. I was like, oh my god, that's great.
I appreciate the behind the scenes aspect. To me, it's not the essence of Rhys-iness that makes that hard to describe absolute high concentrate essence of Rhys-iness. It's not quite there yet. So I'm going to give it a 3. Range. Who am I going with? A nice. What do you give for range?
I would say 4.
And Kim?
I'm going to give it a 4. Can I do 4.5?
Okay.
Because I think mainly because of how this movie was basically unscripted.
Yeah.
And so it really leans into his improv, and I think that's one of his strong suits.
There's something about the way he says, you dickheads, is just...
I know. My sister and I like quote this movie forwards and backwards all the time, and that's one of our favorite lines. That and that's the wrong tree for you.
Ali, range.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 4 as well, just because knowing that it was improv, that I think that just makes it more amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 4 as well. And entertainment value, a nice.
Just seeing Lucy is cool, and knowing it's not scripted, it's even funnier to know that. 4, absolutely 4.
4. Okay, cool, perfect. Kim?
I think I'm gonna have to give it a 5.
Ali?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 5 too, because it's just laugh out loud, like.
And I will give it a 5 as well for werewolves, not swearwolves. And we haven't dug it yet from Hunt for the Wilder People. Let's have a look.
Uncle, we have to go!
Yeah, even I can't stand this cooking anymore. We'll head off first thing in the morning, eh?
No, they're here!
Hey,
Government! Sorry, excuse me!
they see you?
No, but they're close!
Okay, get our stuff.
Hey, what happened to my phone?
I upgraded it for you. You're on 4 bars now.
You clown, what have you done?
Uncle, they're close!
Sam, what's the fastest way out of here?
Jetpack.
Do you actually have a jetpack?
No? What? Wait. I've got an underground bunker. This tunnel leads directly to an underground train. I haven't dug it yet. Oh, what have I been doing with my life? That's it, we've run out of options. Just pretend to be dead. I'll be here. Come on, guys, it only works if we all do it.
Christ, forget it. We need to get out of here right now. What are we going to do?
Love it. So, I haven't dug it yet. Let's start with Kim. What do you give it for the CRD factor?
Gosh, this is hard because I love this one so much. I'm gonna have to give it a 5.
And Ali?
I'm gonna give it a 4 because it's great, but like it's not 5 for me.
And Nice.
I'm giving it a 5.
It's very different for me from like the usual Rhys stuff. I mean, he's like this wild, dirty man, and he's definitely cringe, but not cringe in the way that I like from my Rhys content. So I feel like I'm Simon Cowell of this panel again. I'm going to go with 3 for the CRD factor. Okay, range. Who am I going? Kim. What do you give it for range?
Yeah, I think I'll do a 3 here.
Interesting. And Ali?
I'm going to go with 4.
A Nice?
I'm going to give it a 4 because I think it's just him just going wild, and I like it.
I haven't seen a Rhys character quite like this guy before, so I am going to give it a 5. for range. And Kim, what do you give it for entertainment value?
I think I'll definitely have to give it a 5.
And Ali?
Yeah, can I go 4.5? Can I be that awkward person?
And a nice
5 too.
5. Yeah, for me, this is not quite the laugh out loudness that I crave too much. I'm going to give it a 3, but I haven't seen the whole movie actually. So I will have
you've got to. It's so good.
Okay. I am going to share Drunk Sombrero, the TikTok video.
I see it weirdly again. Okay, I'll try again. Sombrero. Sombrero.
It's for me, it's the moment where his voice goes really, really high. You just have to like fully appreciate. I'm going to play it one more time because it's so brief. But when he listen, when his voice goes
again.
really high.
I'll try again. Sombrero. Sombrero.
Okay. Drunk Sombrero. And that was written it from a fan of the podcast wrote in and said that I should include that one. So I did. And after I watched it again, I was like, oh yeah, this is my number 1 actually. So I'm going to go ahead and for Rhys Factor, I'm going to give this a 5 and a nice. What do you?
5 too, because it's just him drunk. Yeah. There can't be something more him than him drunk.
Yeah. And Kim?
Yeah, 5 as well.
Ali?
Gotta be a 5. We'd love to see it.
Okay, for range, I have to be like honest with myself and like this isn't acting. This is just Rhys being himself while drunk. But the drunkenness is different than we've seen.
It has range.
So I can't completely discount it. So I will give it a 4. And a nice. What do you say?
Well, it's just like a few seconds video of him drunk. So for this one, I'm just gonna go with a 2.
Fair, valid. And Kim?
Yeah, I think if we were looking at the whole drunk history episode, then I might would do this higher. But for this clip, I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay, and Ali?
Oh, it's so hard because I have such like a soft spot for it. But like, yeah, in terms of the range, it's just drunk. So probably a 3.
Okay. And entertainment value, I'm going to give this a 5 because this makes me, I could watch it so many times. I laugh so hard. And a nice, what do you give it?
5 too.
And Kim?
Yeah, let's go with a 5 as well.
And Ali?
Gotta be a 5.
Okay, let's us go down to, the SpongeBob episode. Okay.
Must be having the worst day of your life.
I've got to say, it hasn't been what I thought. No matter how many times I jump in someone's mouth, they still won't swallow me.
Wait, you were jumping into their mouths on purpose?
Of course. Doesn't everyone want to be eaten?
No way. I don't think so.
Well, I want to be eaten, and I want to be eaten now.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
Okay, so this is a SpongeBob episode where Rhys is playing a hamburger who wants to be eaten, and I love it. So that's SpongeBob. Anise, what do you give it?
Oh, 5. Absolutely 5.
And Kim, I should specify the CRD factor. And Kim, what do you give it for a CRD factor?
I gotta go for a 5 because of all the innuendo there.
Oh, it was very, very NC-17 for a children's show. And Ali?
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 5.
Yep. And I will give it, to be a contrary person, I will give it a 4.5. Range. A nice. What do you give it for range?
I give it 4 because, it's a talking burger. So,
and
can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, you're cut out a little bit, but I did hear a 4.
Okay, 4 because it's a talking burger.
Yeah. And Kim, what do you give it?
Yeah, 4 as well.
And Ali?
I'm going to give it, a 4, I think.
4. I will, it's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with the crowd and go with a 4 on this one. And a nice entertainment value.
Absolutely 5.
And Kim, entertainment value.
I'm going to go with a 4 here.
And Ali?
I'm gonna go with a 5 because it just had me laughing so much.
Innuendo after innuendo. I appreciate.
Right.
I appreciate. Is it top tier? Is it that top tier level? Is it on par with werewolves, not swearwolves? I don't think it is. I think I'm going to give it a 4. And now let's, okay. Oh, and Allie, Kim and I both chose Game of Chess. Okay. Just in case we don't get to all the 3s. Oh, I want to see this one. Rhys, is it fair to say you're obsessed with supernatural creatures? Darby. This is from the Vanity Fair Taika and Rhys lie detector interview.
Podcast called The Cryptid Factor.
Oh, yeah.
Is it fair to say you're obsessed with supernatural creatures?
I don't know about supernatural.
Yeah, that's the wording is not quite right.
Yeah.
Because I would say the abominable
the Yeti
is not supernatural.
No, you could classify it that if you want to.
It's like
mythical. You know, they're cryptids. They're paranormal creatures that some people see, other people won't have a bar of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really into them.
Do you truly believe in things like Yetis and Chupacabra?
El Chupacabra, the goat sucker. Yes, variant solved.
I met a few goat suckers in my time. Do you think they'll be discovered in our lifetime?
Yes, yeah, they are getting discovered now and again. The Chupacabra, for example. No, the Chupacabra.
I think Chewbacca's real. Do you think Chewbacca is real?
Well, no, he's a fictional character, but he's based on the Sasquatch, which is real.
He's telling the truth.
The Sasquatch is real. Cool.
Yep, you found that out today.
So, last question, Rhys.
Yep.
My good friend. Did you lie at any point during this lie detector test and we didn't catch you?
I don't believe I did. No, I was very confident and I was happy with how things went there, and yeah.
We don't like truth tellers around Hollywood. You failed.
I'm out.
Great. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not in New Zealand as nature's really to lie.
No, we're very honest people.
We're all criminals.
I mean,
a huge part of what makes that clip so entertaining is Taika, though, and his refusal to pronounce anything right.
It's the dynamic, right?
Yeah.
It's got that good chemistry. They have such a good banter and interaction. I love that. But something to consider as we are ranking this is how much of this entertainment value is specifically for Rhys doing his thing, or is the entertainment value amplified by Taika doing his thing? So I'm going to put this as lie detector. And we'll do, Allie, what score do you give it?
Oh, I'm going to go with 4 because it's like, yeah, like you said, it's a lot of Taika as well, but like it has the Rhys, like his laugh. Let's just appreciate it.
Just that like little section where he throws back, right? You can see on the YouTube where it shows you how many people have been like rewatching a certain section. The part where Rhys, like, wait, where is it? Like starts laughing, like people will like replay that part.
Yes.
Truth.
Yeah, you, Brett, and Jermaine would sometimes laugh so much.
Oh wait, now wait, is this part?
The wording is not quite right.
Yeah.
Because I would say the abominable,
the Yeti
is not.
Yeah, that little part, like you can see that has the most people going back and watching that little part where Rhys laughs. He's got a good laugh. And Kim, what do you give it?
Yeah, I'm going to say a 4 as well because like, I mean, Rhys is like himself here. He's just, getting into all the dorky cryptid stuff. Yeah.
Everything we love.
A nice.
I'm going to go with 4 too.
Okay. And I will, it is essentially Rhys. There's the cringe factor is contributed, but I'm going to give it a 4 as well. Range. Allie, what do you say for range?
Oh, I mean, it is just Rhys being himself. So it's hard to say. I'm going to go with a 3.
Yeah.
But I feel bad.
I know.
Just know I feel bad.
Yeah, I feel bad too, but I think just the given that it's not, I don't know, I'm going to have to say a 2 here, honestly, even though it's one of my favorite videos ever.
Oh my God, same.
And a nice, what do you give it for range?
I'm going to go with 3 too.
And I have to give it a 2 because it's Rhys being himself. I love to see it. It's going to get high on the entertainment value, but low on the range value. And Allie, what do you give it for entertainment value?
It's going with a 5 because I have rewatched this interview, so they're so great, and I just love Rhys. It just encapsulates him, I think.
And Kim, what do you give it?
Yeah, 5 as well. This is one that I come back to if I'm having a bad day. This is a go-to.
And a nice
5 as well. I watched it already several times.
I'm going to give it a 5 as well. And okay, so I saw that both Kim and I chose a game of chess as I had been like putting it lower on my list, but I feel like it's worth playing. So let's play a game of chess since 2 people recommended it.
Yes, it truly is a magnificent game, isn't it? 1,000 strategies of attack and defense, all with the same simple goal: to kill the king. I'm sure you can relate to that, can't you, Steve? But the thing with chess is you always have to think 5 steps ahead.
What does the horsey man do again?
What?
He's faster than the others, but I can't remember with it. Does he move forwards and backwards whenever he likes?
No, that's the rook.
Oh, you mean the castle? Yeah, no, they don't move. They're made of brick.
Do you not know how to play chess?
Of course I know how to play chess.
It's not chest, it's chess. With an S.
I'm pretty sure it's chest.
Why would it be called chest?
Because you get a chest of treasure when you win.
What?
Let's stop mucking around. I'm making my move. I pick up and levitate my priest character. He then swims through all the prawns into your castle. Now, he's an undercover priest, so he seduces your queen in the middle of the night after a dinner. Okay, king me.
Why don't we do a little refresher?
And then we can get back to our game of chess. Chess. Okay, so you've got it now? You know all the pieces?
I'm with you 100%.
Good. All right, so where was I? I was to think 5 steps ahead. And so, tell me, Steve, what will you do with your next move? Capture one of my pawns? Or will you keep your eye on the main prize?
Easy. I will move my king.
No, that's your queen.
It can't be. It doesn't have boobs.
No, it doesn't have boobs. None of them have boobs. None of them have boobs. How many times do I have to tell you that?
Oh, God. So good. So good. Wait, I have to add a whole new column here. Game of chess. I am going to give that a 5 for the CRD factor. Kim, what about you?
Yeah, it's a 5 for me as well.
And Ali?
Yeah, I'm going to say 5.
And a nice
5 too.
And then for range, oh gosh, it is standard Rhys stuff. There's really nice timing happening here. It's not like a full-on character transformation that he's going through. It's just a really well done scene. It's a really well acted scene. I'm just going to give it a 4. Kim, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to go 4 as well. I think, again, kind of playing off of John Roberts' character there, I think helps a lot. But range in terms of like season 3 Steve of Rept is like, I try not to be thirsty on Maine, but my God.
So fair.
And Ali?
Yeah, I'm going to go with 4, I think, because like, yeah, it is like typical, like all the things we love, right? But in terms of range, yeah.
And Anise?
I'm gonna go with 4 too. I still haven't watched the show because he's a main character in there, I think, or actually a supportive character. And
it's just not enough Rhys for you. You're like, he's a supporting character. Is that it? And you're like,
it's not that. It's just that I don't have it in me to start a new show.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I really, this is one step closer. This is making me one step closer from watching it.
And entertainment value, I'm going to give this a 5. What about you, Kim?
5 as well.
And Ali?
Yeah, it's a 5. I was entertained.
And a nice.
Absolutely 5.
Okay. I think we do have to wrap things up somewhat soon. So of all the ones that we have not shown yet, which do we want to show? Karkdit? Of Anise's The Weremonster from X-Files.
If I can say something, in the X-Files clip I picked, Rhys ends up butt naked.
So that's your pitch for why we should watch that one.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we have a choice between The Weremonster from the X-Files, Karkdit from Ali's top 3, Hey Guys from his stand-up Imagine That, which I'm gonna put my vote on this. This is like one of the all-time funniest, I think.
Yeah.
And my other choice is Maybe Did from Flight of the Conchords. He maybe did. So we have to decide as a group which one was going to be our final video to watch and rank.
Ooh.
Maybe
decisions, right?
Maybe, yeah. Kim, what do you pick?
Given the fact that we have not included any of his stand-up yet, I am going to push for Hey Guys, but I would say Flight of the Conchords behind that.
Okay, I'll just make a little highlight on that. And what about you, Allie?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've seen any of, other than the one I chose. I don't think I've seen any of them. So just any you're feeling.
Okay, so you're kind of open to whatever you're pushing hard.
That's not, but
okay,
yeah.
And Anais, what are you pushing for?
I do pick the X-Files because that's one of my favorites.
Okay, let's do that. We'll do two finals. We'll watch the X-Files and we'll watch the Hey Guys clip. So we'll leave Hey Guys for the last one because I honestly think that
you can shorten that one too.
that might score like super high because I really like that one. Okay.
Hey guy, we caught the killer.
So?
So for a while there, I thought maybe it was you.
Well, thanks, I guess.
It means that I know now you were telling the truth.
Sounds like you're still unsure.
Well, you have to admit, it's a little absurd.
A little bit absurd. It's a lot absurd. You want a hat?
No. What are you doing?
This is the time for my kind to go into hibernation. I'm hoping I won't turn into a human again during it. And maybe when I wake up again, I would have slept off this whole transformation thing.
I didn't know that reptiles hibernated.
Whoa, I'm not a reptile. That's racist.
Oh, okay.
There you go again. Not believing me.
Oh, God.
I want to believe.
Okay, so for those who are not familiar with this X-Files episode, he's like stripping throughout the entire conversation with David Duchovny playing Mulder right now, including taking off his tidy whities. And the moment that we were all like cackling is when he like turns around, and what's so bizarre is David Duchovny is just acting completely nonplussed by this, and we're all like, so it's a scene that I think plays better on video than audio. But it is you can hear all of us reacting to what is going on here. So I'm just gonna call this X-Files re-strip because he gets butt naked. Okay, Anais, what do you give it for the CRD factor?
I would give it a 3 because while the dialogue is quite serious, the episode on itself isn't. And the fact that it can keep a straight face just while stripping I just love it.
And Allie, what do you give it?
Yeah, I'm gonna say a 4. Just for reasons.
Kim, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
I have to say, since there were moments where obviously it doesn't show anything, but like my hands went to my face. I was like, oh my God. I felt the whole body cringe. So I'm gonna give it a 5.
If I can add something, it's that we now know that canonically Steed has freckle on his back.
This is true. This is
right. Let's stop the fan fictions right now.
We know the intricacies of Rhys's body thanks to this clip. Okay, range. Anais, what do you give it?
I would give it a 5 because, like I said, it's it stays serious, even if he's talking about the fact that he's going into hibernation, that he's not a reptile, he's just like a war monster, and it's hilarious, but it keeps a straight face, and I just like that.
Yeah. And Ali, what do you give it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 because I'm not familiar with it, but like I feel like it showed like his range wild was like aside from stripping, but like the dialogue as well, I think is like stood out a bit.
Perfect. And Kim, what do you give it?
Yeah, I think a 4 is a good solid place to put this one.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 as well. And entertainment value, Anais, what do you give it?
If you have the picture, like the image, if you've watched the whole episode, I would give it a 4.
Okay. And Ali, what do you give it?
Yeah, I'm going to say 4, but I'm tempted to say 5, but I'll say with 4.
And Kim?
Yeah, 4 as well. I think you definitely have to have the visuals for this one, at least to be able to just watch David Duchovny's face just be so, like, just straight-faced about this.
And I will give it a 4 as well. Okay, the final one we will do is, I like this because it's from Rhys's stand-up show. It's very adorable.
I was only 17. And then we did these shifts to guard the area. And mine was between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. I got taken out to where the point was through the trees, and it was dark, very dark. The guy went away, and I'm sitting there till 4 a.m. shivering my ass off. Shit. And then 4 a.m. I go back to get the next guy. I start walking back. It's only about a 5-minute walk back to where the tents were, but 10 minutes later, I have no bloody idea where I am. And so,
Oh, shit. What the fuck?
another 5 minutes, and I just panic, and I just break the tactical rule.
Oh.
Hey! Hey, guys! Come on, I'm really cold! Guys!
This is bullshit! There's no war on, we're just being stupid! Alright. Cold! Please, I don't know where I am! I do not know where I am! I'm gonna fire my gun, you stupid thing, anyway! I'm gonna fire it! I'm just gonna fire it out, I don't care if you... What?
Someone grabs my foot. I land on the ground, and this big corporal lands on top of me. Shut the fuck up, shut the... Jesus Christ, fucking hell! Darby, it's you! We thought you were the SAS trying to psych us out! You've been wandering around the centre of camp for the last half an hour!
I'm freezing! Feel my hands!
So the tents were round in a circle, and I was right in the middle, walking round, and all the soldiers were stood too like this. What the fuck's that? And you could hear twigs breaking to start off with, and then a slow progression of, what is it?
Hey! Hey, guys!
Until they worked out it was my voice, which is odd because you'd think they'd get that straight away. But
Okay, you guys, this if you haven't seen this whole clip, if you go on YouTube and do a search for Rhys Darby Army Days, he does the whole like voice of his 17-year-old self with this really, really high pitched voice, which is so funny. And every time his voice goes really, really, really high, I'm like, the dopamine endorphins like fill my brain, and I'm like, oh my god, I love this so much. And also the aesthetic of Rhys's appearance in this video.
It's baby Rhys.
He's a baby. How would you describe him? He's adorable. He's got the red hair flopping halfway over. He looks just like a young, adorable little snack.
You just summed it up.
Yeah.
And he's sweating quite a bit in this video as well. Watch the whole, there's like a number of clips from this show. It's just constant. The entertainment value is so high. You will laugh. I'm crying right now because I'm laughing so hard. Okay, so I love it. I'm going to call that the Hey Guys. And so Kim, you picked it. What do you give it for the CRD factor?
I am going to be just really straightforward, and it's probably going to be 5s across the board here. So
okay,
5 to use.
Yep, I'm going to put in mine 5 for all of these. And I'm for CRD factor 5, range 5, because the voice that he does of his 17-year-old self is so good. And entertainment value 5. I had to empty my bladder, just so you guys know, before watching this clip, because I knew if I did not pee before this clip, I would have pissed myself laughing so hard.
I also have to say that I had the joy of seeing Rhys perform that skit live back in October.
Oh my god.
So I got to go to one of his shows. I was so happy he included that, like a variation of that. It was fantastic. It was just still perfection.
Oh my god, where did you see him at?
Just outside of Philly at the Keswick Theater. Cutest little venue. So yeah, it was great.
Fantastic. And Ali, what do you give it for the CRD factor?
I mean, it's got to be 5. It's just so great.
And Anais, what do you give it?
I'm giving it a 5.
Okay, cool. And Ali, for range, what do you give it?
I mean, it's a 5. It's, yeah.
And I knew this one was going to score high. A nice, what do you give it?
A 5 too.
Okay. And then for entertainment value, I think we might have found the winner. We'll see what the score breaks down to. Ali, what do you give it for entertainment value?
I mean, yeah, it's a 5. It's perfect.
And a nice?
Yeah, I'm going to go with 5 too.
Okay. So we have a perfect 30 out of 30 score. Am I doing that math right? No. Yeah, no. Not nowhere close to right.
60.
I was really close to doing math in my head, but I was just about 30 points off. Okay, so we got to add this up. Oh, thank you guys so much for helping with me math all of that. Yay, artist creative types have successfully used addition. In 10th place is the Infinity Train episode where Rhys plays like a water blob ghost creature. Number 9 is the Vanity Fair lie detector test clip. Number 8 is Rhys rambles about robots for Giggle Bites on Cameo. Tied for number 7 is Louise Cooper and the X-Files Rhys episode where Rhys does a little striptease for David Duchovny. Number 6 now is Werewolves Not Swearwolves. Number 5 is I Haven't Dug It Yet. Number 4 is Drunk Sombrero. And now we're getting to the top 3. 3 is the SpongeBob episode where Rhys plays a hamburger who wants to be eaten. Number 2 is Game of Chess from Wrecked. And number 1 is from his stand-up show, Hey Guys. What's really interesting about this analysis is in this top 10 clips that we've accumulated, none of these are from Our Flag Means Death.
True. Wow.
Oh my God.
Any comments about that? Did we overlook any Our Flag Means Death episodes?
There's so many moments from Our Flag, though. It's like, where do you even start?
Yeah, I felt like it'd almost be unfair to include a bunch of OFMD stuff, like to show the range. I don't know.
I was conscious in making my selections. I'm going to include like maybe one Our Flag thing, but I'm not going to include a lot because I want to highlight all this other stuff that Rhys has done. But my submission of the OFMD clips that if we had more time that I would have played is the one where Rhys cuts himself on his sword. I'll just play it. It's short. Here it is.
Yeah, well, it's been days since I've cut myself on my sword. Oh, no, there we go. Damn. I thought...
If you were to pick a FMD clip to include, which one would you guys include?
If I can start, the Keep It Straight If You Can on the
episode 1, Keep It Straight If You Can. Perfect.
The foreshadowing of the war show.
Oh, it's so good.
I honestly would have said the same thing, but I think my runner-up would be... like from episode 6, is it 6, I think, in season 2, with the cursed suit, just Rhys twirling around and being bitchy for the entire episode. It's fantastic.
I actually included that on my earlier list, but I'm like, this is so visual. I don't know if it'll play well on the podcast.
Exactly.
And what about you, Ali? Any ones that you would have?
Yeah, I'd probably say, I think the suit one is a good one, because I think I read or watched an interview. I think it was like the costume designer that was like, Rhys just put it on and he was immediately got into character. And I just thought that was so great.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for spending this 2 hours with me. I mean, the final episode is probably going to be cut down to like an hour. We're going to get the best bits. But spending 2 hours with me ranking the best Rhys Darby moments. I want to hear from you. What are you working on right now? Where can people find you? Kim, shout out your podcast.
Yeah, our podcast is called A Barrel of Oranges. You can find us on social media at Podcast Oranges. And you can also follow what I do as a historian on Twitter and X or whatever the hell it is now, and Instagram at KB_Sherman.
Awesome. And I don't know if I asked this of you on the air or off screen, but if someone is just getting into your podcast for the first time, what episode should they check out first?
Definitely start with episode 1, because we do a nice little overview of what the golden age of piracy actually is and how that kind of sets the stage for everything we talk about in other episodes. They're all kind of thematically linked some way or other to OFMB.
And Ali, what are you working on? Where can people find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Bishop Spartan, where I do video edits, lots of fandom things. And at the moment, if Adopt Our Crew are doing a charity fundraiser on Instagram, so if you enter, you can have the chance of winning a video edit commission from me, and there's lots of other prizes as well. So it's nice and fun.
Thank you. Awesome. And Anais, who has a cat. You have a cat with you. What are you working on? Where can people find you?
I'm on Instagram as Steve Bonnet, like the rabbit. I post my drawings and some memes. You can find me on my other Instagram, which is Parsifon, Parsifon, and on AO3 as Peachy Patchy.
Perfect. I will drop those links in the show notes. Thank you guys all for hanging out with me today. And it's so nice meeting you. I'm glad that we're all friends now. And you guys watching at home or listening at home, oh my God, I'm tired. You guys listening at home, if you want to enjoy some memes and take part in the Our Flag Means Fanfiction hilarity, check out Our Flag Means Fanfiction on Instagram at Our Flag Means Fanfiction, all one word. Bye.